For anyone thinking about selling homes in California, home sellers, agents, real estate professionals, the rules have changed, but we're going to change them back, mostly. The only rule that's going to be left unchanged is the fact that compensation can't be broadcast on the MLS, but we're taking the rest of it back. I'm an attorney and a broker, and this is the intro video to how it's going to happen. I've set up the forms, I've created the process, and it's all going to be unleashed. I've been doing this for a month, 2 months even, and now it's ready, and I'm very excited about bringing that. So this is the intro. Facts. The rules governing real estate has changed. It's changed because, in my opinion, the realtor associations were doing many things wrong. On a basic level, they were stealing revenue or removing revenue from listing agents that was rightly theirs, that was their intellectual property. And consequently, it messed up the revenue models throughout the industry. There was Zillow and Realtor.com and all these companies making billions and becoming publicly traded and siphoning so much money out that real estate agents were doing things such as cutting attorneys out of the process when they should have been there properly to get paid $1,000 or $2,000. So we're going to take long-term, we're taking the intellectual property back for our certified seller advocates so that they can serve their clients better. And the money that they earn will be their money. And therefore, will really, the DOJ wants to change commissions. Let's let the people doing the work for the home sellers and the buyers actually get paid their worth, right? Let's not siphon massive percentages of those listings out through Realtor.com, the MLS associations, and all over the internet with publicly traded companies and leads and everything else. Let's let the sellers and the listing agent maintain their intellectual property. That's the overall goal for this entire program. It'll serve sellers better and it will serve agents better. Now, I don't think I can get there right away unless I offer something super compelling. So at the end of these videos, there'll be a free offer for every agent to become a certified seller's advocate. And why would they want to do that? Because they're going to be able to actually walk into a listing presentation and still say, yes, we can sell your home for top dollar utilizing the process that we told you was super important for the last 100 years. And that's offering compensation to buyer's agents. So the strong ones working with strong buyers know they're appreciated. They do the work. They do their diligence. When they're working with really finicky high-end buyers, they'll even come out to the property and look at it first to make sure it's suitable. But when they do that, they're going to bring their buyers, and because they're strong agents, they're going to counsel their buyers about why this home is good for them and why just because there's other offers, they don't necessarily want to give up for it. And they go through the reasons, and the buyers become convinced, and they're confident. They know they're going to have good inspections, and it's going to be a great deal, and therefore the price of homes goes up because strong buyers are bidding on them. That's what we're doing, right? We're not crippling the entire industry because somebody else wants to maintain their business model or because they plan to step in and take agents out of the process. That's not going to happen. We want sellers to be able to sell their home for top dollar and an agent help them do that. That's the natural way to do it. Okay, so the rules have changed. Sellers, when you're thinking about compensating buyer's agents, and we'll have a form for this and the training in the form coming up in probably the next video. But just know we got to watch out, and the two-step listing process will take care of this. We got to watch out for price fixing. We got to watch out for buyers saying, oh, I was unaware these people took the ability to negotiate away from me. So there's two things. The listing agent and the broker have to be concerned about one of that, really more than the seller. But you need to be worried about disgruntled buyers and find reasons to become problematic. Two, the DOJ rightly brought up two facts, and one fact is steering, and we're going to discuss that. Steering is a little more complicated, but it's not changed by the current process. In fact, right now, with buyer's agents saying, I have to get paid 2% or 1%, they're already going to exclude many homes from the market where there's no offers of compensation being paid. If their buyer can't afford to pay them out of pocket and they've instructed them, I want you to get paid from the sale, they've just now foreclosed a whole bunch of properties from them ever seeing them. So that's one issue of steering. We're going to show how to mitigate that risk, even squash it altogether with the right forms and the right process. And then there's compromising the fiduciary duty of the buyer, which means the DOJ mentioned buyers would be more comforted knowing that their agent isn't being incentivized to have them pay more for the property. So an agent shouldn't be saying, if I get my client to spend an extra $100,000, I'm going to get an extra $3,000. That should probably be removed from the process. Agents already know what the answer is. That's why my brokerage changed their name. Well, it's not my brokerage, but our website became flatfeeadvantage.com. So I believe you should offer flat fees. Now, there are other, there's, so now there's let me just say there's other ways to protect sellers. There will be the listing agent form, which we'll be discussing in the next video, but there will also be multiple forms that the buyers will sign. And there'll be ways that you will eliminate the risks almost entirely if you follow them. And we're going to discuss that. That's what a certified seller's advocate can do. They can introduce their agent to the information that we're creating and making available to home buyers and sellers. Now, this is a super important fact because right now, there's probably some agents saying, yeah, well, my broker says I can't offer compensation. And let me just disabuse your broker of that. And your listing agent, you're not licensed to discuss the complications, the issues, and create the forms. But you're an agent for your principal. Your principal is allowed to compensate an agent any way they like. In fact, I don't even think a home seller needs to pay, the person needs to be an agent. And a home seller could pay 3% to their neighbor for helping them sell their home, as far as I know. As long as there's not a violation of RESPA, right? But inherently, it's not wrong to compensate one agent, all agents, to make that offer go out everywhere. Yes, if you tie them down in an exclusive listing, then you're limiting their power. But an agent, a seller can offer compensation. They don't care whether it's a person's titled listing agent or buyer agent. Just like, you bring a buyer to my home, I'll pay you 3% at close. Boom. You can put that up on the internet. You can put that in front of your house. You can put that on a yard sign. And remember, agents, you're the agent for that principal. The principal has the right. You just have to do it properly. Now, we know that CRMLS, and I believe I've seen Carr talk about this, they're saying it is possible to offer compensation. It just has to be done in concert with real estate professionals. And this was a letter to realtors. You're already the real estate professional that you would be thinking of. So what they're really saying is, just like when there's taxes, a lawyer and a accountant or CPA might be involved. When there's laws involved, it's an attorney. This is a law, mitigating the risk, creating the forms. This is an attorney. If you want to be involved in selling houses and there's buyer agent compensation involved, and that's whether you broadcast it or it just comes as part, as a request for an offer, you're going to need the forms and you're going to need your clients properly advised. That's why they've said in concert with a real estate professional, because it's still legal. There's still a statute on the books that says listing agents can share compensation with buyer's agents. It just has to be done properly. And believe me, I don't think these lawsuits would have been so successful if agents in NAR and Carr had been saying yes. When it comes to compensation for the buyer's agent, if your seller is going to do that, you need to make sure there's lawyers involved, that your agent is aware of the risks, that they do things properly, and the buyer is well informed, understands the process, understands the difference, who's paying them, where the money's coming from, and consequently requesting it. And we've got the forms for the buyers, and we've got the forms for the sellers in our program. Now, let's see what, I had ChatGPT help me with this before. Okay, so we led with the facts. Antitrust concerns, steering fiduciary duties, driving these changes in the industry. Yes, I think we just did that. Sorry. I was kicking back because I think I got the points out. Now, story. There is a question that I'm sure all home sellers would ask. Why would they want to offer compensation to buyer's agents? And the answer is they might not. If you put your property on the MLS, and now you've got the MLS working for you, you do your normal your normal early stage marketing, maybe even before you put on the MLS for a day or two, depending on your MLS's rules. If you're working with an agent, it'll get on the MLS. And maybe that first weekend, you'll get so many good offers that you will say, I have no reason to pay a buyer's agent. I like this offer the best. This client seems strong. They're going to close on the time frame I'd like. They look sufficiently strong. Let's do the deal with them. Well, there, you might have just saved your 2 or 3% you're offering the buyer on the MLS. But let's say you've been on the market for a week now and you've got no showings. Or you've been on the offer for 10 days, you've got no showings. But the market's still strong and there's lots of deals going on in your area. You might say, maybe, because I'm a little overpriced because I've improved the property, maybe I need to incentivize buyer's agents and broadcast it. Have my agent put out on my yard sign, home for sale, we're cooperating with buyer agent, 2% offered. You put it on a non-MLS data dining website, so a listing website, maybe in a single property website. Find out more about this home at your property and say, yes, we're cooperating with buyer's agent, we're offering 2% if for closings in the next 60 days. You put it, your agent has really good software that one click or button or two, and boom, it goes on the MLS. Everyone who's been looking on Facebook or Zillow in your area in the last month. They get to see that you're having an open house, or just that your home's for sale, and that you're cooperating and offer buyer's agents so they can feel protected. We appreciate you here. We have our disclosures ready. Get the website. You can see we've done our disclosures, and so you feel comfortable. We're offering 2% compensation for a buyer's agent or an attorney. Now, however you guys decide to market, it can be done very, very effectively, as it has been in the past. In the next video, I'm just going to get right to it. We're going to go over the form that I've created for sellers to go through and then present to their listing agent. I thought about this process a lot, and I think agents, as part of the two-step listing process, which we'll cover in the agent training, agents should stay away from talking about the levels of buyer agent compensation prior to the property either being 24 hours after the listing agreement signed, or a bright line would be until after it's on the MLS. And at that point in time, someone in a hurry could say, let's start offering buyer agent. We've had that. We were like, hey, we still think we need to offer buyer agent compensation, so we'd like to go through it. And I've said, well, okay, let's just wait for it to be listed, and then you can say, I'm ready to go. But you understand the risk. Now, I might say wait 5 or 7 days if you don't really know, but at that point in time, you go to Certified Seller Advocate or your agent's membership area, and you read the videos, and then you send a text, or you go to CSA, and you ask for the form, and we'll provide your agents a Certified Seller Advocate. If your agent's a Certified Seller Advocate, they will have the ability to give you the number or the email or the page, the website, where you just type in your agent's name, your name, and your email or text, and we'll send you a link to download the form. You download the form, you present it to your agent, and then you guys start discussing how your agent will be marketing your home. So that's in the next video. If you'd like to learn more, I think for now we're going to go CertifiedSellerAdvocate.com. So I will put a video series up there for agents and realtors, I guess is what I'm going to have to do. CertifiedSellersAdvocate.com is the website. Let me just make sure that I said it properly. Certified Seller. Oh, I got Seller Advocate too. I think I got them both. Let me just make sure. Yes. Oh, it's a terrible front page right now, but that is my website. CertifiedSellersAdvocate.com. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye. My name's John McConnin.